When a buyer lands on a site and gets hit with a massive wall of competing benefits, they freeze. This clutter creates a high cognitive load. Because the main reason to purchase isn't immediately obvious, the buyer often delays the decision rather than trying to sort through the noise. The structural antidote to this paralysis is the single pain point positioning statement. Over the next 5 minutes, we are going to strip away broad promises to isolate the one specific value that actually moves the needle for your customers. To start, open a blank digital whiteboard on your screen and pull up your brand's current homepage in a separate window. We have to evaluate your live messaging first. You need to see exactly how your current copy is competing with itself before you can write a more effective version. Step 1. Look at your current homepage structure. We'll use this layout as our baseline metric for the audit. Now execute the clutter audit. Go through the page and tally up every separate claim or broad benefit your brand attempts to solve. If you find a count greater than 1, your core message is likely diluted. To fix this, we have to identify what we are going to eliminate. Switch to a blank whiteboard for the frustration brainstorm. List 5 to 7 customer pain points your product fixes. Review your list. Don't just list features. Identify the specific, painful frustrations your customers feel before finding you. When you lead with a frustration rather than a feature, you speak directly to the customer's existing motivation to find a solution. Now we enter the most critical phase of the workflow, the elimination round. Review your list. Decide which single item is the most painful for your target customer. Be ruthless. Eliminate every other problem until only that primary pain point remains. Circle that item. This is your brand's messaging focal point. Watch out for the cheater's march. This is where you try to save deleted ideas by mashing them into one long, confusing sentence. If you combine multiple problems, you end up right back where you started, with a buyer who can't identify the main reason to purchase. With your one pain point selected, we move to the final actionable step, the centerpiece rewrite. We are going to map that single circled pain point directly into a problem-solution headline format. Refine the language until the pain point fits perfectly into this structure. This process solidifies your brainstormed note into a sharp e-commerce headline. This framework works because it names the specific problem the customer is already thinking about. When you lead with the pain, the relevance of your product becomes much easier for them to recognize. By completing this precise process, you've completely isolated the noise and created a clear, single pain point positioning statement. This concentrated value allows you to differentiate your brand. Instead of trying to compete on every generic benefit, you become the clear solution for one specific need. This chart represents how focused messaging aids growth. Simple solutions are easier for customers to remember, and when your brand becomes associated with solving one important issue well, it builds trust and memorability. You'll see this reflected in your advertising performance too. When an ad speaks to one clear pain point, click-through rates improve because the person scrolling instantly understands why the ad matters to them. Now your immediate task is direct deployment. Take your new problem-solution headline and use it to replace the primary header on your homepage or in your current ad campaign. Meaningful differentiation requires you to stop trying to solve everything. To grow, you must focus on solving one painful problem